doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm John.
I'm Lee.
It's good to meet you. I heard a
You
lot
too?
about this place.
Oh, it's kind of wild.
Well, you lead the way here.
All right.
So I'm guessing this is the
Is the basement, yeah.
Well, what kind of claims do you have down here?
I've had several different staff members see shadows or hear people that weren't down here if they came down just to grab back stock or change the Coke or something like that.
Right.
Our CO2 system sits about halfway up on that other side, and we used to kind of draw straws and make the new kid come down to change the soda.
So anyway, I get to the front corner of the basement where the breaker boxes are, all the main panels, and I had my little camera phone out looking at the breaker box by myself, and while I'm looking at the breaker box, something came up behind me. I didn't hear anything until I heard a breath, just a right against my neck. And it was as tall as I am, and I'm a pretty tall guy, I'm 6'4", and gave me chills all over. And I immediately, looked that direction, didn't see anything except dim light in the other corner, and proceeded to make my way back up the stairs. When I got into the hallway that comes where the stairs let out, there's a fire door there, and I shut the fire door behind me and turned around to walk into the restaurant. And as I touched the other door, before I even opened it, it sounded like a body flew into the door I just shut. Literally a whole, almost a body slamming into it with its hands and arms and everything. And I got the feeling that something was trying to make me leave and stay out.
This is our creepy elevator. We're actually on the first floor in the kitchen now. When JD died, it actually would have been on the second floor, and apparently he walked into the elevator that wasn't here and fell to the next floor down and died in the basement.
So Joe puts me in the elevator shaft, this very old elevator shaft, and we're running cables. And the longer I'm in there, the more I'm sensing something on the back of my neck. My hair started to get uncomfortable, and it was just like something was pushing on me. And the longer we worked, I started getting scared. I usually get scared of much. I've been doing telephone work, I've been up and down ladders and poles, and not afraid of heights, but the longer I spent in that elevator shaft, the more nervous I was getting. My knees started to get a little weak. I said, Joe, we need to run these cables. I need to get out of here. There's something's just not right. I don't feel good. So we ran the last cable and I got out. And then that's when they started laying the stories on me of what happened up there. And years ago when the gentleman had passed away in the elevator and the whole ghost and the apparition. So I think that's what we encountered that night.
Generally, my afternoon bartender, who would come in around 3, 2 or 3 o'clock, would be back here setting up, getting ice, stocking beer, that kind of thing. Without fail, they would hear footsteps above or see shadows over in front of the pool table area.
I was sitting after close about 3 o'clock in the morning at the corner of the upstairs bar, and I was watching the stairway area, and I saw a shadow come from where the pool tables are around to where the bathrooms were, and there was nothing that would make a shadow. And that shadow blocked out the rungs of the ladder going up and down the stairs. I started really believing then. That's when I started.
One night we were at the grocery company, and we were setting up for a catering event on the 3rd floor. I had to bring up chairs from the 2nd floor to the 3rd floor, and I go up the stairs and I line them up against the right wall in a straight line. Line them up against the left wall in a straight line so they can set the tables up in the middle. Well, I brought 30 or 40 chairs up, and I went back to make another trip, and all the chairs were moved to the center of the room. And I was like, all right, the guys are playing a practical joke on me or whatever. So I put them all back, bring up a few more chairs, went up again, and they're all moved to the center of the room. I was like, all right. My manager's messing with me. I went down and talked with Carl, the manager. I said, Carl, quit moving the chairs on me. And he looked at me like, I didn't move any chairs. So once again, lined all the chairs up, but I turned the lights off, shut the door, and blocked the stairway with chairs so nobody could go up there so I could find out who's trying to do this. The chairs had moved again the 3rd time. And so by then we're down at the end of the night, we're closing the bar up, and I'm like, guys, I don't know what's going on upstairs, but the chairs keep moving to the center of the room. And we started hearing the stomping noises and like somebody was walking around up there. But there's only the 3 of us left in the store, so we're kind of getting nervous at this point. Somebody broken in, what's going on? And then the story started coming up of the gentleman who died in the elevator shaft, and figured he was up there making hay up there. So
Voices, shadows. On this end of the bar right here, we've had several instances of people feeling something tug on their coat,
Okay.
particularly females. That's one of the reasons why we think there might be like a child.
Wow.
I've actually had several staff members that are just very uncomfortable working events in this room, primarily because of the storage closet.
We went in to set up in our private dining area for a party, and we had the original stained glass from the Kingsport Grocery had been cut out and mounted on the wall, and it was probably 4 foot by 4 foot, very heavy wrought iron stained glass, and it was mounted with 4 3-inch anchors, stainless steel anchors. And if one of the anchors had given way, the other 3 definitely could have supported it. And had it fallen on its own, there was a counter below, it would have just fallen and then shattered into the floor. But as we came into the room, we were on one end coming in, and it was on the opposite end, and it actually came, all 4 anchors came out of the wall, and the entire stained glass came off the wall and flew out into the center. I mean, with force, came flying out into the center and shattered in the floor. And this was in the middle of the day, so we found that to be very disturbing.
There have been reports of this door closing on people. I had one server that just would not, like she said she would work an event, but she wouldn't come in this room.
So this door actually closing?
Yes.
Well, I mean, because that's kind of hard to believe because of the carpet. It sticks on this carpet here.
Right.
You know, a lot of times we'll have like a unlevel surface but it even sticks to this point here. Okay, well, you know, hopefully we can get something to recreate on that later.
It's kind of creepy. Footsteps, voices, pretty much every night, around 1:30, 1:45. If you're sitting in the second floor bar, you will hear footsteps and like something being dragged across this floor when there's no one up here.
Okay.
Staff actually used to stick around that late after closing just to hear it.
So you're hearing like footsteps and something dragging sound when there's nobody up here.
Right.
And you're
Repeatedly.
Positive and sure there's
Yes.
nobody up here.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I was walking down the stairs, the inside stairs that are blocked off from the building itself, walking from the 3rd floor down to the 2nd floor. I rounded the first set of stairs, was starting down towards the 2nd floor, and as soon as I come around, I heard a rustling sound. Didn't know whether it was a mouse. That was really my first impression. As soon as I come around the corner, I saw nothing except for a short, really a smoky, wasn't clear exactly what it was, and it just darted straight into the wall towards the 2nd floor bar area.
I ran out in the hallway and felt this cold rush move past me. And from that point on, for the rest of the night, it was just like I felt charged.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
Which is a common occurrence. I mean, that's something that does happen.
first time it had happened to me.
Right. But I mean, if you're touched, I mean, that people think it's cool and everything, but I mean, if you're touched, you'll actually feel the electricity. I mean, you can feel the cold spots as you put it. So I mean, that's a valid, claim that you've got. What else happened?
From that point on, pretty much anytime I touched metal that night, I shocked myself.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for 10 minutes or
hours.
Really?
Hours. Yes.
Okay.
This was probably 8 o'clock at night. We were winding down from dinner. When it was time to run reports, I couldn't use a touchscreen computer.
You couldn't use your touchscreen?
It froze.
From your hands?
Yeah, I touched it and the machine
Okay.
froze. It's like, okay, I'll do paperwork in the
Wow.
morning. Time to go home. Grabbed my keys. Of course, my keys shock me.
Right.
Get in the car, turn on the car. Every radio station is static.
Okay.
Not unprogrammed radio stations like the battery's off. 98.5 was static.
Right.
101.5 was
So
static.
none of the local channels were coming
I
in.
had no radio.
Wow.
I got home, unlocked the door to my apartment, turned on the lamp beside my door, and blew the light bulb. And then, yes.
Okay, you're telling me that not only were you charged
Scout's
for
honor.
hours, and I mean, I believe you. I mean, I do believe you. Not only were you charged for hours, you were blowing light bulbs and, okay.
Yeah, my cat wouldn't get near me.
All right, this is a little bit, off the beaten track. This is a little bit not the norm, okay? We are filming on a closed set. We are sitting here with Lee from the Kingsport Grocery Company talking about the paranormal activity, talking about the events of this place. When all of it is me and Lee and the camera crew are here, okay? They're all in front of me, and we hear somebody walking upstairs on the 3rd floor above us. There was somebody physically causing footsteps above us. We had to stop the filming of this interview and go upstairs, and there is nobody there. This is a locked building.
Yes.
There is no way for anybody in here, right? I mean, this was completely somebody walking around, and when we went up there, there is nobody. We heard footsteps and we heard a door. And this is the afternoon before the investigation. So all I know is something here doesn't seem like it wants us to talk about the ghost of Kingsport Grocery Company. So, I mean, you know, you were telling me about being, you know, electrified for a little while. You were telling me about something that happened in a room. I mean, obviously, when you said stuff like this happens every day,
Yes.
You know, I'm starting to believe you because this happened in the middle of our interview.
Oh, one time Carla and I had heard noises upstairs. We knew no one was up there. And we went up to find out what was going on, and we could hear in the hallway that goes around the ballroom upstairs to the offices that there was noises. And so what Carl did is he went through the dining room to the other entrance by the elevator, and I went down the hallway this way, and we could hear the footsteps, and as soon as I stepped around the corner, Carl popped out the other end, and there was nothing in between us.
Any other things that have happened, traumatic events?
There was a fire
Okay.
shortly after, I think about 10 years after.
I think I've seen some of the
JD
charred
death.
bricks
Yes,
on
yeah,
the
you
way
can still
in.
see it on the, especially on this back corner of the building.
I'm sorry I've seen a little shaken up. I mean, I love this stuff and live for this stuff and going anywhere, but we're talking not sitting there asking for it. I mean, we're doing an interview.
Right.
and there's somebody walking around above us, you
Yeah.
know? Right now, I want to just go get my flashlight and go, you know, K2 meter and go at it. So
You'll definitely find some hot spots.
we will definitely find hospitals.
Absolutely. I would
All
almost
right.
guarantee it.
Well, Lee is here with us. She is telling me it happens almost every day. She is telling me that somebody has died in this building under curious circumstances. We don't know if he was pushed. We don't know if JD, you know, died by accident. There was a fire in this building. This building is beautiful. It's in Kingsport. We got, I mean, so much history in the building itself. But from what we heard just a few minutes ago, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is going to be one of those investigations that you'll never, ever forget.
Log into our website, HauntedSouthTV.com, after the show and sign up for email alerts for information on where you can see the next episode of Haunted South TV.
Hi, we're from Beyond Paranormal Haunted South TV. We called about some information about Kingsport Grocery Company. Thought you could find something for us about a death that was happened a while back.
Yeah, actually, I did find some stuff. Here's an article for you that I printed off.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so there was a J.D. McGahee,
Yeah.
and he worked there. Let's see, he fell down the elevator shaft.
Yep, looks like it happened back in 1922, December 14th, 1922.
Oh, let's go see what we can pull an original article and look at the obituaries.
Oh, here it
There
is.
it is, yeah.
J.D. McGahee killed when he falls down the elevator shaft.
It was 8030. Exie McNeil, who was with Mr. McGee when the accident occurred, so that...
Yeah. I guess he just fell. Thought the elevator was on that floor.
He would have been 44 years old on the 18th of December. That's your anniversary.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, well, let's make a copy of this.
Okay.
And we can take it with us.
Hey guys. Well, take a good look at it. You guys are the ones that found the information. We went on what Lee said, and definitely Jonathan Draper McGahee. The paper back then didn't really tell his first and second name, but
No, they just called him JD.
if he's really haunting the place, I think this might drum up a little bit. The fact that we went through all the trouble of going, looking up his name, and coming out here and visiting his grave.
Find his grave,
So,
yeah.
hopefully we'll be able to find something out. I'm just glad we know his name. All right, guys, so we got all the information we need. I talked to Lee down there, and when I was down there talking to Lee, there was some stuff happen. We had some activity. We heard footsteps upstairs, and there was no explanation. We went up there, we had to stop the shoot, stop the interview, and there was nobody up there. So the place is going to be active, and it seems like it really wants to show itself. They're not going to be reopening, and I think that has a big deal to do with the activity. It seems like our vacant building theory is going to come into play, and something's going on. The activity itself seems to be centered around John Draper McGahee. As we found out his full name, JD as they call him there, he fell down or was pushed from the first floor to the basement. Makes no sense. It's pretty gruesome, the details on what happened to him. His skull was crushed. It was a pretty gruesome death. There was only one person there named Hexie, who was a friend of his, and found the body. So it was 1922. Those times way different than now, and God only knows what really happened. But it seems to be that's what they think is haunting the place. And beside a fire that happened there, that's the only thing that's really on record of ever happening there. But the activity itself, third floor is supposed to be really heavy. There's a storage room up there with a door, and that door is slammed on people. It's even kept people in there before, where they couldn't open the door for a minute, which is pretty solid activity. They hear from the second floor every night when a train goes by, they hear stuff moving on the third floor. It sounds like something's being dragged across the floor. It sounds like chairs being dragged across the floor. Basically, Tim, we have from the basement to the third floor, we're gonna need just about all the cameras we have. We're gonna need a lot of K2s, EMFs. We're gonna need everything covered 100% with the night vision. Connie and Stacey, you did a great job on the research. At least we now know the name. And Ashleigh, if you get with Tim on getting everything in place, I know you guys will have all kinds of goodies for us. Pat, Sandy, actually, we're going to need you guys to go out of town. Check out the Major Graham Mansion up in Virginia.
Cool.
Yeah, it's Max Meadows, Virginia. It's like a 200-year-old place, and it's got some activity. They're calling us, so you guys can check that out for us while we get this taken care of tonight. But basically, the place, the Kingsport Grocery Company, seems to be active from top to bottom. There's not a single floor without activity. So let's get on down there and get our stuff ready and go.
Coming up later tonight on Haunted South.
Oh my God! What? Look at this! Look at this!
At 11:59 p.m., we had switched into two teams. One going into the third floor, one going into the basement. We had also left a camera and audio on the first floor in the kitchen area. This building used to be known as the Gray Seal Paint Building and the only local distributor of Gray Seal paints. We caught this EVP at this exact time. You can hear what sounds like a female saying, "Return cans." Could this voice be the residual energy left over from a former employee of Gray Seal Paint? Alright, if there's anybody here on the second floor with us, can you make a noise for me to let me know you're here? Could you make a knock or a bang?
At this exact moment, we caught a couple of very strange audio occurrences. The first of which seemed to be a disembodied voice that was captured both on the camera's audio and on our digital recorders, saying, "He's a freak." The second was only captured on the digital audio, and it seemed to be replying to the first entity by saying, "Shut up." Could this be an argument between two spirits about the first spirit that was not supposed to speak with us?
And say your name for me. Do you have a message for us? Stacey, why don't you ask a few questions, see if they'll be responsive to the email.
Are you here with us? Knock on something behind the bar so we know you're here. What's your name? Did you used to work here? Can you come over here where we're sitting and sit down with us?
Totally, there was just a guy say something.
Is there a male here with us?
He's kind of gravelly voiced.
Can you pour me a drink? I'm pretty thirsty.
Are you a drinker yourself? Did something bad happen to you here? Or do you just like this place? Okay, I got another whisper. Okay, I got another whisper.
Like another male voice?
No, that sounded like female or child. I heard something say, "Hold it."
Like, hold something or hold
And
it
I'm
and
just
wait?
gonna laugh.
Like, hold something or
And
hold
I'm
it and
just
wait?
gonna laugh.
Why don't you tell us your name?
Speak really loud.
While using a specialized high-gain microphone, we were obviously getting answer after answer to every question posed. Then Stacey asked the question, "What's your name?" The answer we seemingly get is JD. JD being the same name of the one man who lost his life in the Kingsport Grocery Company.
Why don't you tell us your name?
Speak. Speak. If you're here with me, go ahead and pour me a drink. That was a growl. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. Unless somebody's hungry.
Downstairs.
Where is it coming from?
Over that direction.
There you go. All right, JD. If you're here, I should be able to hear you. I got a microphone over here where I should be able to hear what you're saying. I'm going to start my recorder. EVP elevator. JD, are you here with us? JD, if you're in here, shh. Did you try saying something? Did you try saying something? I got a yeah.
JD, is it you? That time I gotta know. Give me some sound or say something to let me know that you understand what I'm saying. JD? Are you here? Say something really loud for me. If there's anybody hearing the sound of my voice, I want you to make a big, huge sound for me right now. I heard something. Is there anybody in this elevator shaft? I got something else. Exactly, what are you? Male, female, something? Are you human? Are you human? Are you trying to find your way out of this building? Are you forced to be here? Who's here with me? Oh my God.
I heard a really loud knock.
No, that's not what I heard. Oh my God. I just heard a John. Just a John.
Did you really?
Yeah, really. Yeah, totally. Big, loud John.
Heard that, so we knocked it. Heard that, so we knocked it.
After some of the most amazing EVP footage we have ever got as a team, not only once was my name said, but a second time in a more guttural voice that nobody in the room heard. In conjunction with the EVPs captured, our cameraman suffered some sort of attack from an unseen force at the exact same time.
Log into our website, HauntedSouthTV.com, after the show, and sign up for email alerts for information on where you can see the next episode of Haunted South TV.
Do you still want us to be here? Y'all see it?
Wow. Yeah, I saw it light up, yeah.
Do you want us all here? Would you like us all being up here and talking to you?
Once we ask, twice for no.
In the doorway?
In the doorway.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just saw an apparition. I mean, it was white. Are you over here?
Feels a little cooler out here.
I mean, I know there's a stairwell, but
Cold air ain't gonna come up.
did you saw it, right?
Yes, I saw it.
I mean, I just saw a white
Holy cow.
a white flash, an apparition right here. Are you standing right here with us? Did I just see you? Can you make this light up for me? I think it's a different person or a different one. I mean, I was talking to one over there, and this was like curious. It was like right here.
Yep. Until you looked at it, and it's like
until I looked over at it, yeah, and then it just faded away.
I didn't notice at the time, but my K2 meter lit all the way up to red, right in the very spot where we had all seen the apparition.
Okay, we're going to turn it on then.
On the third floor, we decided to use the Frank's box. In theory, it works by non-stop scanning through AM radio frequency and exploiting the white noise, so spirits can manipulate it to create words.
How many are there of you?
I thought I heard it too right off. That's what.
Okay. I heard 3 a couple times.
I heard 3.
Alright, let's make this clear. Tell me again the number. How many people that are in here other than us? 2. Alright, so there's two of you in here that I can't see. Are you both female? Yes.
Are you going to pick on John if he gets over there by himself? Okay, so you will pick on John by himself?
What'd you get?
I'm just totally lit up right here in this one spot.
At this moment when I felt electrically charged, I captured these 2 EVPs that seemed to be directing me to the spirit activity.
Will you please close this door for me? You've been doing so much for me. If you just so you'll know what I'm talking about, this door right here. Yeah. In this room. I'm gonna push it where it can't go on its own. Close that door for me, please. Pull or push that door and please make it close for me. Try really hard. Try really, really hard. Push it. Push it, please. Come on. Oh, nice. Can you do it some more? Can you please do it some more for me? Don't worry about them. Can you do it some more for me? You've done so much for me. Thank you so much. This is incredible. Could you please push it a little bit more for me? Try really hard. There you go. There you go. Come on. You're moving it a little. Use every bit of energy you can find, please. Every bit of energy that you can find, push that door, pull that door. Close it for me, please. Come on, you were doing so good. What if I walk in there? If I walk in there by myself, will you close it? Okay, I'm in here. Just come in here with me and close the door. Can you push the door? Can you push the door for me? Man, it was pushing it so good, and it pushed it on the carpet part.
Yeah. Are you still here with us?
Really? The camera guy, he has the camera going right toward that door.
The whole time.
Really? The camera guy, he has the camera going right toward that door.
The whole time. Are you ready for us to leave you alone for a while?
It seemed like the entity was moving something or knocking on the opposite side of the room that we were always on. I asked, why it was wanting to do this, and I got what seems to be a direct response.
And it's blacker than the rest of that room.
I'll listen.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us before we go?
Coming up next, witness the basement footage.
Oh my God!
What?
Look at this! Look at this!
After reviewing the kitchen wireless audio, we discovered this male's voice seemingly saying, "I'm freaking dead." Also on the kitchen's wireless audio, we captured this voice of a female who seems to have a southern drawl saying, "I told you." As if to foreshadow the evidence we were later to capture in the basement, this EVP seemed to be giving us an ominous warning.
Well, this is the elevator that JD was found at. Whether he fell or was pushed, that's all up to speculation. But it'd be nice if you came and told us, JD. Were you pushed or did you die naturally? Did you fall? JD, if you're here, I've got a green light in my hand. If you just walk into my hand here, it'll go up. Could you make this green light light up for me? I heard something. I heard like a sigh. Are you in here? If you could make some kind of noise for me to let me know where you're at. It's disgusting. The last place I want my body to be. If that was you, could you say something else?
I thought I saw something down there.
I just saw a shadow like right back there. Like dart from the middle of that hall over.
Let's go back down and check it out.
Are you over in this corner? I heard something. I heard something.
Now you'll hear double drips.
No, I heard a voice, like a strained voice. If you're over here, could you say something? I am hearing stuff all the way around me. I mean, just like subtle movements.
Now.
Yeah.
Because last time it pulled on your shirt.
Yeah. I've got a green light here. Could you come in here, this green light? That's power. That's just power. I know I saw a shadow over here. Would you give me one real loud knock? If there's somebody down here, this is your time to communicate with us. We're not here to hurt you or disrespect you or scare you or get rid of you or anything. We're just wanting to talk to you. Oh, God! Oh, God! Did you hear that?
No. I heard it.
Holy
Sound like a screech.
No, look at me. Look at this. Something just right here beside me. It was like, did you know, I can't believe you didn't hear that.
I heard it all the way from here.
It was something just right here.
If you were right there, he didn't mean to scare you. You just took him by surprise. Can you come back?
Can you do that again for me? Can you do what you just did again?
I missed it. Do it again for me, please.
It was loud. It was really loud.
I can't hear what that hum
I
is.
mean, it was
throwing
just
out my
right
pitch.
here. It was. I don't know if that was a voice or.
I've got it on tape. It was shrill. It's almost what it sounded like.
Were you stuck down here in the fire? Could you make this green light light up if you're still here with us? All you got to do is walk into my hand. Right here.
Now watch this part again. And what we didn't notice at the time is there's a black shadow mass go across in front of the camera toward the end of the screen. As amazing as this piece is, it is not the most amazing footage that we caught in the basement.
If you walk into my hand, this should light up. Can you do that for me? I promise not to scream this time. That was right in my ear. Something's touching the back of my neck.
Give me 3, 2.
I just had something just like kind of run its finger across the back of my neck.
You got 3 lights right on your neck.
Seriously?
All up to orange.
Are you touching my neck?
Down here it's 2 lights.
It was
Down
just,
there's 1.
It was just like this, like just something ran across my neck. My neck.
There's nothing above. There's nothing above you. It's right on your neck.
I can feel it. I totally feel it. I still feel it. Did you just touch me, Connie?
Yeah, I just touched your neck. Right here?
No, like right here on my back.
No, I'm up here.
What are you trying to do?
2 lights. 1 light. It's right up on your shoulders.
Alright, I gotta move out of this vicinity.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's.
Can you give me the name of the person who pushed you?
Did a female push you down the shaft? Were you dropped in the shaft?
By a friend?
Just heard a knock on the other end of the room down there.
Did your cousin knock you down the shaft? I heard more movement.
Yeah, back down the other end of the building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it all the way down here. Let's move down here somewhere.
Let's go down this side.
Close my glasses up.
JD, you can come forward and tell us your story. Tell us how you died. If you can hear us, I need you to make a noise for us. Knock on something really loud one time. If you're not JD, we can make that clear. Knock on something 2 times.
You want me to go ahead and knock for a little bit? Give them a general idea?
See if you'll-
You go first, you got that camera.
You better stand up on the other end. Right here.
Okay, we kept hearing you knock down here, so we've come down here to be a little closer to you, so don't be afraid of us. Can you tap on something again? Make a noise to let us know that you're still here. If that was you, can you make it just a little louder, just to verify that it was you? Louder, just to verify that it was you.
Unaware to us at the time, but found later in evidence review, is this amazing piece of video footage caught by Tim's night vision camera. On the left side of the screen, you will see what appears to be an apparition step out of frame as Tim turns his camera around and looks behind himself.
Louder, just to verify that it was you. Louder, just to verify that it was you.
The Kingsport Grocery Company lived up to everything we had hoped for. We were able to capture almost every single bit of activity that was ever claimed. We got EVPs, Class A EVPs, of men, women, children, everything, all unexplained. We were also able to capture some of the best video evidence that us as a team have ever captured before. What is it? Well, we don't want to say. We'll leave that up to you. But all I can say is it's unexplained, and I would call it haunted.
For behind-the-scenes footage and evidence not seen on TV, visit HauntedSouthTV.com.